Here's one of my favorite pasta dishes. It's easy, has simple ingredients, a little bit of an intimidating name, but it comes out tasting absolutely wonderful. Today we're making Puttanesca. So let's get started. First, you're going to take a little bit of oil, pour it into your pan to get hot. Then you're just going to mince up a little bit of onion. In my case, I'm using shallot just because I got some shallots that I got to use before they go bad. But it is a very forgiving recipe, so onion, sweet onion, red onion, shallot, it doesn't matter. You're just looking for that onion flavor. Now, while our shallots are cooking, we're going to go ahead and mince up some garlic. Now, once your onions have finished sweating and you can kind of see through them, that's when you're going to add your garlic. Now, you guys don't have to hand chop your tomatoes like I'm doing. If you want, you can put them into a food processor and just hit go a couple of times until they get chopped down and broken down a little bit. You could use canned tomato sauce. You can use canned petite diced tomatoes. Any of those are fine. They're convenient. They help out. But I think that the hand chopping comes out best as far as flavor, size, and texture, because then I can decide exactly how small I want to cut everything, when to stop, and everything like that. All the other ones, you're at the whim of the machines or the cans. So again, make it as easy for you as you like, but I'm a little bit stubborn sometimes. I'm a little bit old school with some of my points of view, and this is the way I like doing it. All right, while our tomatoes are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and chop up just a little bit of fresh parsley because, well, the fresh parsley is going to add a nice layer of flavor to it, making it a little bit brighter, a little bit more vibrant to go along with those tomatoes. So the next ingredient that we're going to be adding to our dish is probably one of the most controversial in the entire dish, but it forms the backbone of it and gives it its character. And that is going to be anchovies. Now, anchovies, in my opinion, get a bad rap. A lot of people say, oh, they taste bad, they're salty, and they are a little bit salty, but that saltiness and that meatiness adds so much to this dish. It adds a nice layer of richness and flavor to complement all of the bright ingredients that we have in there right now, while acting as a salt substitute. So at the end of this, you won't have to put anything super salty or finish it with much salt. Now, after adding your anchovies, let it simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. The next thing you're going to add is olives. Now, what olives you use are completely up to you. I typically go with Kalamata because I think it works best for the recipe, and I just love Kalamata olives. But if you want to use black ripe olives, that's perfectly fine. Make it the way you want. This part's very flexible. After you've added your olives, go ahead and add your capers. Give it a stir. Let it come back up to a simmer. Season it with some pepper. And I'd hold back on the salt because the olives, the caper, the anchovies, they all are kind of salty in nature, so you might not need any, but feel free to add some as you like. You can also throw in a little bit of crushed red pepper to make it nice and spicy. But I'd just let it simmer for another minute, maybe 2. Then you're ready to add it to your pasta and plate it up. So let's take a look at what we're working with. And there you go. That's Puttanesca. Again, you can probably get this together in about 10-15 minutes. It's made with pantry staples, so not something that you necessarily would with olives, capers, and anchovies have in your pantry, but it's stuff that you can have stored in your pantry and will keep for a long time until you're ready to make it yourself. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and give it a taste, see what we got. It's everything I'm looking for in a Puttanesca, and even a tomato sauce. It's got bright, vibrant colors. There's a lot of contrast. The flavor is just so good. The tomatoes are bright. The parsley's shining through, helping them. The garlic and onions are coming together. And then, of course, the anchovies are giving it a nice richness with a little bit of salt. And the capers and olives, again, finishing with the salt, but giving it a very unique flavor. It stands alone by itself. It's not very mistakable for another dish, and I hope you guys get to try it. Make sure you hit the like, share, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. It helps me grow, and I do appreciate it. And as always, thanks for cooking with me.